What's up, y'all? It's LeBrad. I don't know if I'm gonna post this video or not, but I figure I would share this story. So, you may have seen on Twitter this Somali girl who got hit in the face with a brick, and she was calling out all the black men who did not do anything about it, just stood around and let this guy hit her in the face with a brick, right? So there's a lot of discourse that's kind of happening about it. People saying like, oh, you got, morons like, uh, I don't know, the guy Tariq that's supposed to be like the leader of this FBA group. I don't really use that term FBA, but I'm a black American. And let me tell you, niggas, no matter where they from, are trash. But anyway, they're kind of calling out the fact that, oh, whoever these guys that did this, they were like Haitian or they were like West Indian or African or something like that. I don't really think that matters a whole lot. And the first thing I want to say is that for sure, whoever did that needs to have their ass locked up. They need to be in jail, But luckily, she's alive because niggas is out here killing women, first of all. And two, so I know the girl. I actually met her one night in New York out at karaoke. Now, this doesn't change how I feel about what happened to her. Like, for sure, it was wrong. They shouldn't have, the guy shouldn't have picked up a brick. But you see this time again. I remember when the girl was attacked in a liquor store in Harlem. But anyway, so this girl, I know her, and we met out at karaoke one night. I was hanging out with some boys down at the gay bar, and we left there and went to the karaoke spot. And she was there with one of her friends and her, I guess then boyfriend and later baby daddy. And so while we're all like hanging out, having a good time, overall it was still a good night. But I'm gonna share this story. So I'm talking to her baby dad, and at some point I'm there with another guy that I had met at another bar. We were kind of, feeling each other that night. So we're all there, and the baby dad makes this comment about, oh, if he was going to be with a man, he would be with the other dude as opposed to me. Now, I think that was triggered by the fact that, he was an actor, and I maybe made a comment to the effect of something like, oh, you're like a Tay Diggs type. He didn't really like that. He didn't like that comment. And, like, in retrospect, I can kind of, see how that's, a slightly problematic. But we're just out drinking. It's just banter. And, but at some point, and I guess like he's like a boxer or something like that too. And at some point, he just punches me in the ribs. Now, I didn't retaliate by punching him back or anything like that. I kind of just was like, what the f, like that shit hurt, like, and legit, I think my rib was broken. Like, he took a serious just sucker punch on me. Um, you know, just out of nowhere. And, I was feeling that for like weeks. Well, anyway, I don't know if I said to her. I don't think I said to her because I looked at my chat history with her, and so I never really had that discussion with her. Though we did exchange numbers, so maybe I lost the text message. But either to her or to him, I was like later. I was like, like I think my ribs are broken, like, from that punch. And like, I was told, like, oh, it wasn't that hard, like, get over it, whatever. But, it was an unprovoked attack. I'm not someone that's out at the club trying to fight anyway. And I'm typically the kind of person that's going to, try to diffuse the situation. Just like, I would like to think that if I was there around when this guy had a brick, I would have, said something like, don't do that. Or at least, even if I wasn't going to intervene physically, to be like, that's not right, to, call authorities or something, because this girl's, her face was completely swollen up. But it's interesting that after he attacked me, that later I saw her on Facebook, calling out this baby dad for then abusing her. So this is not the first time that she has been attacked by a black man, regardless of where he's from in the diaspora. she was calling out this baby father who, at some point became abusive with her. And so the signs were there when, he punched me this night. But, we continued to have a good time. Like, I took pictures with all of them. I got all the pictures in my phone and whatnot. I went back and looked, they were in the cloud. But anyway, I just thought it was so crazy when I saw that video. I'm like, what? So I just think it's so stupid that people are like, pulling up her history. Because even in that situation, even if, people weren't as considerate as I would have liked them to have been about, me getting punched in this situation, I still know that it doesn't make sense that this nigga hit her with a brick in the face because she didn't give him her phone number. I see some people saying, "Oh, it wasn't some random. It was like her boyfriend." It still doesn't make sense, irregardless of the situation. But you know, be very clear that the, hitting someone with the brick, that's like attempted murder. She could have died, especially you see how big her face is swollen up. It could have cracked her skull. And she still may have some injuries from that haven't quite manifested yet, but hopefully that's not the case. um but yeah, it's just so sad. What is the state of you know black men today? Because I could pull up, people are talking about, oh, these aren't FBAs, but I can pull up plenty of mug shots of niggas that have done abusive shit to women, including femicide.